morning, you guys. It's day number 80 of my 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. I have been getting into a very, very cold tub full of ice every single day all year long in 2022. There it is. Look at all that ice. Big ass chunks of ice. I love getting in there every single day. This has been a wonderful challenge for me where I get into 32 degree temperature water or thereabouts. Let's see what it is today. 32.1 degrees Fahrenheit today, you guys. And I've been getting in there every single day this year. 80 days in a row. That's a big deal. I want that to sink in for 5 minutes. Not just hopping in there and getting out. I'm hopping in there. I'm staying in there. I'm wiggling in there. And I'm talking to you in there. And it's been a lot of fun, you guys. So this has been quite the journey so far. In some ways, it feels like I've done it a very long time, but in other ways, it feels like I'm just getting started. So I'm excited that you guys decided to join me. What I do, for those of you that don't know, I get into this ice bath. And I mean, lately, it has been chock full of these big, I had to go underwater yesterday and come up and make sure I didn't bust my head on that, because I think that would break something. If that busted my head open. So I'm going to get in there 5 minutes and yeah. So I always talk about a topic, and today I thought, you know what? Let's talk about the elephant in the room, because the elephant in the room when it comes to doing ice baths is that's hella uncomfortable, Jimmy. How do you get into all that ice? That cannot feel good. So I want to talk about how getting uncomfortable now is the secret to living comfortable later. So let's get in the ice bath. I just remembered I forgot my little timer, so I always have a timer to keep me on track for the 5 minutes, you guys. So we will get that bad boy all set up here. I'll set you guys down. Thanks for being here, you guys. All right, tilting it down, letting you see all the action. We're getting ready to put my body into that big tub of ice. And I mean, it has been pumping out the ice. I was just looking before I came on the air today. There's a big sheet of ice at the bottom. I have been cranking it so it will be making a lot more ice. And it has been delivering, you guys. I mean, that's about the most ice I think I've ever had in here since I started. So, all right, 5 minutes on the clock. I'm going to try not to hurt myself with all that ice in there. And here we go. Yeah, there's a big sheet at the bottom, so I don't want to slip. I'm going to be real careful getting in. I do not want to slip. Okay, there's the ridge. There's a ridge of ice under there. You guys hear those birds? The birds are back out today. Dude, this thing has half of it is full of ice. Usually there's ice on top. This ice is literally pressing down on top of my body while I've got ice at the bottom underneath my legs. So I've got hunk of burn and ice all over me right now. So guys, today I wanted to talk about the topic of getting uncomfortable as a means for living comfortably. Now, it seems ironic, right? Getting into an ice bath, very uncomfortable. All right, Jimmy, that does not look like it's fun. No matter how easy you might make it look, that does not look like it's fun. And I got to tell you, when I first started, I would agree with you. When I first started, the uncomfortable was the norm. The uncomfortable was the thing that made me go, do I really want to do this? The uncomfortable was what motivated me to question whether this is a good thing for me or not. But I've learned a lot in life that doing the uncomfortable things is sometimes a necessary means to an end to get to the things you want. So you guys watch me every single day. I go on live 5 p.m. Eastern time every single day. I get my body into this big tub full of like humongous chunks of ice. And I know, again, I make it look so easy, but I didn't just jump here. I got here to comfortable now because I allowed myself to be uncomfortable previously. So I worked my way up. I started with cold showers. Then I had ice in the bathtub. And now I'm in the Morosco Forge. This is not something you just jump to do this and, oh, it's supposed to be wonderful. No, it's going to suck. It's going to suck. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to want to get out. You're definitely not wanting to do 5 minutes. But it's what I've chosen to do because I've gotten to this level, because I've allowed myself to get uncomfortable. So that now, 5 minutes in a 32-degree ice bath, yes, it's not comfortable, it's not great, but I do it as the means to the end to get to what I want now. And what I want is all those benefits I've been talking about with the ice baths. And the only way I get there is to allow myself to be uncomfortable for a few minutes. Like right now, my hands are dying. My hands are so frozen right now. We're at the end. I'm about to go duck my head under the water, but this is not comfortable, but it is the means to an end to living comfortably. All right, let me get under the water. Lot of ice. Oh my God, that's so much ice. That is literally the most ice I've ever had in there. That is a lot of ice in there. Guys, that is you know what I need to do? I need to have a summer party where I load that thing up with like drinks in there and then hop in there as the party favor. Oh, wow, I like your cooler. I like the cooler for your drinks. And then, oh, you think it's a drink cooler. Watch this. And then I put my whole body in there. That would be hilarious. Hilarious. But are you guys feeling me here? The only way you get to a point in your life where things are comfortable is to first allow yourself to be uncomfortable in ways. Think about the first time you ever went to the gym to lift weights. Was that comfortable? I can tell you my experience was not. My experience going to the gym the very first time was, whoa, delayed onset muscle soreness. I couldn't move the next day. It was bad. And let's go to diet. First time I went on a low carb diet. I thought I wanted to kill myself the first 3 days. It was so miserable. I was so... You name the superlative, that's what I was when I first started low carb. And same with cold. First time I got into a cold shower, guys, I grew up hating cold. I didn't really like being cold. Part of that's a product of our modern society that doesn't let you get cold. We have thermostats. We have things that keep us warm. And so I had to build to this point. And the only way I got here was I had to allow myself to get comfortable, get uncomfortable in the moment, which is what the ice bath does. In the moment, I am very uncomfortable in the moment doing that. But the means to the end of that uncomfortableness is I want to live comfortably. So what does that mean? So for me, this manifests as better deep sleep. You guys watch my stories? If you do, then you see I post my sleep data every single day. And today I had a combined REM and deep sleep of over 4.5 hours of restorative sleep. And the best part was it was only in about 6 hours of total sleep. So I didn't have to sleep long to get good, restful sleep. And it's the ice baths that help with that. It's also a little bit the CBD oil. So I'm going to do that while I'm here and thinking about it. Stick it below the tongue, let it ruminate there. I like this company, NW Recovery. They're really good. And it's got like a key lime flavor. It still has the grassy flavor of CBD, but they put enough kind of key lime flavor in it that it overcomes some of that wang that you get. And then I also love getting some of this magnesium here. So the upgraded magnesium from Upgraded Formulas. Love their products too. So we're going to take some of that here. But yes, if you're just coming in, we're on day number 80 of my 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. And we're talking about this subject of allowing yourself to get uncomfortable with the objective of getting to a life of being comfortable. Okay, so I talked about the deep sleep and the REM sleep that improved from doing this. What else? I feel great. Like, guys, I don't think I've been in a better state of mind than I am right at this very moment. Like this moment in time in my life, I can't remember being happier than I am now. And that doesn't mean I'm totally fulfilled with things. It's just I'm content with who I am and where I am in this life. The ice baths have been giving me that. Some of that is they do provide a little bit of stress relief, getting in there and kind of get out and you're just kind of invigorated. And I've even a couple times over the past week, I popped in for about 30 to 45 seconds at a time just to get in the mornings, just to kind of get like a quick little jolt. Every time I've done that, every time so far, I felt great just from a mental perspective. That's the means to an end. Get a little uncomfortable for a very short period of time so that you get those benefits, the comfortability of life. Life is rough sometimes, and we all need those things that are going to give us comfort. What if it takes a little short-term discomfort to give you long-term comfort? Would you trade that? Would you trade giving somebody $5,000 today? That's a lot of money. Giving somebody $5,000 today, but then they say, but you will get a week from now, and it's legit, it's not a scam. And you'll get a week from now, you'll get $100,000. Would you make that trade? Yeah, you would. Now, obviously, you got to make sure it's not a scam. But in this case, it's legit. You give the $5,000 today, that hurts you. It's uncomfortable in the moment. But then the long term, you get rewarded. And the same goes with the ice bath. It's uncomfortable. It's not pleasant. It's gotten more pleasant. I will tell you that. The more you do this, the more you expose yourself to cold therapy, you will find that you will enjoy it. You guys see me in there. Do I look like I'm not having a good time in the ice? No, I'm actually enjoying it. Now, I have moments in there, like my hands get really sore from getting numb. So I have my moments in there where it's like, but it's not as uncomfortable as it was when I first started doing cold showers. That was hard. I didn't learn how to breathe yet. Now I know how to breathe in there. I know how to calm the brain. And all of that has created comfortability in my life. You know what else this has done for comfortable living now? I put myself in uncomfortable ice bath so that when the stresses of life come and they try to freeze me out, all pun intended, I can handle it. I'm like, I do a freaking ice bath. I'm in 32 degree temperature water. I remind myself of that often. I'm doing things that are super duper dippity hard, and you do that and it makes you stronger. It makes it so that when the really hard things of life come, you're able to handle them and handle them like a champ. Why? Because you made yourself uncomfortable and you got comfortable with the uncomfortableness, so that now uncomfortable is comfortable. So what's uncomfortable anymore? You see how that works? I love it. I love it. And I couldn't imagine not doing this now for the rest of my life. I mean, it helps that I have a tank that I can just pop in at any point, but I'm sold. I'm all in. You guys are quiet today. You're not saying anything to me today. Let's see who all's here today. Talk to me a little bit if you got some questions or any comments about what I talked about here today. Happy Campers here. Carolyn, Expand Your View. Ramlicious, Camilla, Carnivore Runner, Lenny Duran, Jill, Phyllis, Jessica, Lucy, Fernandez. Expand Your View. How is your gasp response? Do you own it now? I don't get a gasp when I get in, partly because I immediately start my breathing. So my pattern is, okay, get in. And really, I don't get a gasp response for the things I've been talking about here today, Expand Your View, because I have become so adapted to the uncomfortableness of it that now it's not really this big a deal. I get in, I get down all the way to the neck, and then I just immediately turn to the breath. And if you watch the videos, that's what I do every time. Now, sometimes I do have I have to catch my breath really fast, but for the most part, I get in, I get down, and I go into that kind of meditative breathing state. And that's what gets me there. I don't really have the overwhelming. I see so many of my friends do this, and they're just like, and I'm just like, my gosh, calm down. You're making me cold, and I'm not even in the ice with you. So, Sandshell's here. Kim is here. Beyond Roanoke is here. Kathy's here. Minnie Mary. Extreme Value. Sharon says hello. Hello, Sharon. Glad you can make it. Arlene is here. Carol Ann. Sandy. JEC. Elsie. Nutrient Dense Teas. Needham is here. Cherish is here. Nutrient Dense says, is it better to do it at the beginning of the day or the end of the day, or does it matter? Great questions. My friend Mike Mutzel, you guys know him as Metabolic Mike. He's the one that hooked me up with the company and told me about this company that I use, Morozco Forge. So he's been doing ice baths for a little while. And I said, I asked him the same question. I'm like, what's kind of the recommendation? He's like, there's really not a recommendation. You just kind of figure out when it works best for your schedule. So what he does is about 1 to 2 minutes in the morning and then about 1 to 2 minutes in the afternoon. That's his regimen. Okay, cool. So he does it right when he wakes up, helps to wake him up and revive him and all the things. And then right before he goes to bed, he pops in there again. For me, and I've done many tests over these 80 days at various times. For me, I do 5 o'clock Eastern because I go to sleep generally around like 7 to 8 o'clock, somewhere around there. And so I do it because I know that this is going to knock me out. I know because of the lowering of the core body temperature, I will start getting sleepy here right at about an hour to an hour and a half from now. And then 30 to 45 minutes, sometimes a little bit longer, I'll be asleep and I'll be out like a light. And so for me, I have to do them this late in the day. I did do one, when did I do it? Oh, I did 8 o'clock in the morning, Sunday week ago. So a week ago yesterday, I did Sunday morning at 8 o'clock. So I got in there, I did first of all, here's what I did that day. It was 24 degrees outside. So I stood outside in the cold with just my swimming trunks on. Then I got into the ice bath for 3.5 minutes. Then I came inside, talked to you guys, did all my things. Then 2 hours later, went right back out into the cold. It was still 33 degrees Fahrenheit, and I did an hour and 15-minute walk for my walk and talk. And do you know I went to sleep at 3:30 that afternoon because I was so sleepy? So for me, there's something that gets turned on that makes this ice bath make me get sleepy and get tired. And so I'm very careful not to do these early in at least not to the duration of 5 minutes. So I'm thinking that day I might have had a heavy dose of the cold with all those things that I did. But a 5-minute bath, no, I'm not interested in the morning. 1 to 2 minutes, sure, I'd do that. And like I said, I've been testing lately doing 30 to 45 seconds, and I've done okay. I don't get tired doing 30 to 45 seconds. And it's invigorating, it's great. So I'd say for me, if I do it in the morning, it'll be a quickie. If I do it and that sounds dirty, but it is what it is. If I do it in the evening, it's going to be longer. So, and again, that sounded dirty. I didn't mean for it to sound dirty. Chera says, hey, Jimmy, hey, what's up? Mary says, what was the CBD oil you took? I'm looking for a good one. So, yeah, I interviewed the guy who makes this, and it is Naked Warrior Recovery. So he calls it NW Recovery. I know it's backwards, but this here is a lime flavor, like a key lime pie. It's a lot key lime flavored. So it still has that kind of grassy taste, but he puts enough of the lime flavor to kind of cut some of that, so it's a little more palatable. But I think it's nwrecovery.com. He's not a sponsor or anything. I love his products, and I use them personally. Carrie is here. 128 is here. Shane, Adek, Nutrient Dense Teas. Awesome. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm always happy to share my thoughts on things. Nutrition Mindset Movement. Thanks for being here as well. So yes, today, guys, day number 80, getting in there. It's uncomfortable. I'm going to tell you, you do cold showers, you do an ice bath, it's going to be uncomfortable. And people think uncomfortable means undesirable. Uncomfortable is the means to the end of down the road experiencing comfortable living. Lower inflammation, better ketogenesis, better blood sugar, better blood pressure, all of the things you're looking for. Better sleep response, better stress response. Like I said, I can't imagine not doing this for the rest of my life. It's pretty cool. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching today. I will be back tomorrow. I have a recording of the One Step Deeper podcast. We don't do that publicly, but I do that at 10 a.m. tomorrow with Brittany. Then at 1 o'clock Eastern, I talk to Robert Sykes from Keto Savage. He's got a brand new book out about keto bodybuilding and doing it the natural way. Plus, his wife is very pregnant and about to have a little munchkin, so we'll talk a little bit about that on the interview. And then I'll be back here tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern for day 81 of the ice bath. So thank you for being here today. Appreciate you guys always being attentive and your interactions with me. And if you're watching the replay on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you're watching, go follow me at Livin' Low Carb Man, LIVIN LOWCARBMAN, over on Instagram. I would love to have you interact here with me. All right, guys, let me get out of here for now. I'm still a little cold, but I'm warming up. The body warms itself up. It's really, really cool. You should try it. Are you trying it? Are you doing it? I want to know. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Bye.